What is one skill I want to learn to improve this year? Oh, that is a really good question. Okay, yeah. Skills. Okay, am I actually working on some sort of skills or kind of like what is actually skills? Okay, skills means like that. Ki like why am I explaining skills? Okay, most of people knows what is actually skills. I don't know. I have kind of like a, some sort of explaining things about what is actually stuff that most of people could resonate the things. Okay, okay, so skills means like that कि you don't really know some sort of thing, but after you learn some sort of lesson, you know that thing. Example, if you can't speak English, you don't really have that English speaking skills. When you went to like a English academy or kind of like a started learning English or try to start talking in English or kind of like consume lot of English content so that you could talk after all those process that you took for learning English, it kind of like a took you almost like 3 months to 6 months depending upon that ki how much effort that you are putting into it. Okay, after you put all those effort and you could speak English very fluently, that means you upgrade your skills, like you are like speaking very English very fluently. Yeah, like this I am actually speaking in English, which is kind of like a very like a challenging thing for me because of that ki like I used to speak like my regional language and Hindi, and yeah, because I'm belong to the India, English is kind of like a something very tertiary language. Okay, yeah, but is that key I realize that key like if I want to grow in my life I need a particular skills. English, speaking English is one of them. So I hustle, I just learn things English, I consume content in English, I started thinking in English, I try to talk in English. At the beginning it was like a really difficult, and I don't know how to speak, I don't really have that proper words to say what exactly. But is that key like I try this thing, like I don't really took any kind of like a lesson or any kind of like a classes, nothing really at all. It's just like I learn by myself. Okay, yeah, like what is exactly this thing and that thing and that thing. All right, so this is called a skills. Okay, yeah, there are multiple skills by the way, like a running, jumping, like a playing cricket or badminton, or like a basically like editing, video editing, or kind of like a photoshops, or kind of like a coding softwares. Is a lot of things. Skills are really essential for like upgrade yourself to the better future. Okay, and most of people don't really like work on their skills. What exactly is this thing like why do we really require to be skilled person, like why should I supposed to learn English, like is this kind of like a something really essential? Well, yeah, this question is really important to ask. Okay, yeah. First of all is that key like we are living in this world. I am living at 2024. Okay, yeah, and this world is really fast. Okay, if I am not fast enough, or if I am not kind of like a something really a person who fit into that particular growth people, then I would be left out. Okay, if I will be left out, then probably I will have little less amount of money that I earn and little less money that I could spend. Okay, example is that key basically the person, the people who actually educate till 12th standard. Okay, 11 12 standard, and then after that they started quitting education and they have to do a job. By the way, those people are like from the village or some sort of things, they just want to be some sort of money. So basically is this thing, they got a job in a security office, security guard in particular company. Okay, yeah, and they actually kind of like spend entire 24 hour 12 hour into that particular guard, building guard, and you are actually earning almost like 20 15,000 20,000. All right, yeah. So is it bad? Well, probably is this thing, it is bad. Yeah, example is that ki if you are kind of like a something like a security guard person, you are earning like a 15,000 to 20,000 according to the 2024 statistic. It is really not that good salary to live in, because like there are a lot of things. Okay, like basically you have to take care of your wife, kids, and probably the like required money to spend the life or surviving the life, this is not that money. Okay, yeah. And you are actually like a guard, like a building guard. Okay, so people don't really expect you to kind of like do some sort of skills or kind of like a speak a little bit of fluent English. So nothing really at all, you just kind of like a checked in that key, like a do you came or kind of like a salute, and nothing really at all. So probably this kind of like a profession doesn't really require that kind of like a skillful person. Okay, and you are kind of like a something very fit for this, because of that key you don't really upgrade yourself. Okay, yeah. So basically this is the kind of like a reason that you are not getting that much amount of money, and you are not getting that much amount of earning money and stuff like that. Okay, so basically if you don't really upgrade your skills, you don't really get anything in your life, like basically little less. Okay, so do you think that the education is a kind of like a thing that improve your skills? Yeah, education, yes, but is that key not particularly completely 100%, but somehow, yeah. What exactly is this thing? Because I seen multiple people who actually graduated from like engineering college, but their skills are really not that good, like they won't be able to speak English. Like why am I kind of like a put that key English speaking, like okay, chalo, I am not putting the English is kind of like a something skills, but is that what should I supposed to expect from the graduate engineer? I should supposed to be expect that he should supposed to be learn about the 2D 3D architecture software, that how it's supposed to run. Okay, as also engineer person should supposed to be understand about that the electronics mechanical, like whatever some sort of things. Okay, yeah. Like example is this thing. Okay, if you are kind of like a went to the hospital, then probably that hospital is kind of like a like the doctor in. Okay, yeah. So basically is this thing that I seen so many people who is actually graduate from the engineering college. Okay, but they are not actually very skillful person. Like basically graduating from engineering college or engineering, be a engineer is a kind of like a something really that key like make the world. Okay, like basically the world that you are seeing, this infrastructure, this machine, then everything is actually made by the engineers. All right, yeah. So is this thing that like I belong to the India. Okay, and I'm seeing the engineer over here is really less skills. Okay, like they don't really know about machine and they don't really know anything. What is actually the problem, like of how, like if they don't really knew about kind of like a something like that four stroke IC engine cycle, or if those engineer people don't really understand how the jet propulsion work, or if those engineer people don't really understand how the electromagnetism work, then probably is this thing that ki, how do I supposed to expect, how do I supposed to kind of like a accept that ki, those are engineer. Okay, if you don't really relate with this thing, example is that you went to the hospital, you have some sort of thing that ki, you broke your leg. Okay, yeah, and the hospital, the doctor in front of you, he don't know how to treat you. How do you supposed to expect that ki, he's a doctor? Like it's not like you are actually doubting to the doctor, not only the doctor as well as also the hospital too, that ki, I am come at like I came at very wrong hospital, that ki, people don't really know how to treat the people. Okay, so it's kind of like a something like not that good. Like basically if you broke your leg, you went to the doctor, probably that doctor should supposed to be treat you, the fix your broke leg and something really like that. Like you are actually expecting this thing, and this should supposed to be happen. Example is that ki, like at your home there is a refrigerator didn't really work that properly. So basically you call some sort of guy who is actually fixing the refrigerator, and that guy is actually fixing the refrigerator. That means it's kind of like a something that that guy is very skillful regarding about the things that he do. The doctor is actually very skillful, because he knows what exactly things to do. Okay, the engineer is not actually kind of like a the person. Okay, they are not kind of like a something that they don't know like basic things, like what is exactly the like a UDL or kind of like a something like that, strength of material or kind of like a metallurgy. Okay, why? Because it's our education system that ki, like everyone should supposed to be get kind of like a ratta or something really like that. What's the ratta? Ratta means like that ki, like just memorize everything for the exam and that's it. Okay, yeah. So like basically I always have doubt in the particular education system that he, even if that person is actually graduated from some sort of degree, if that particular have degree, but I still not convince myself that is that person is actually good enough for my company. Okay, I always have little bit doubt. All right, so it's kind of like a something really that, like basically I'm talking about the perspective from the India at this moment in 2024. Okay, yeah. So basically is this thing that ki I actually kind of like expecting that ki what he kind of like a skillful at, like did he like as an engineer person, did he kind of like did any kind of like a 2D 3D architectural or kind of like software that he could run so that he could understand engineering even more better. Like basically there are so many things. Okay, yeah, is it that kind of like a something like capable enough to handle that particular pressure or stuff like that? Okay, yeah. So this is what it is. Okay, so I seen so many people who is kind of like a something that very less educated, like very like not less educated, like it, like sorry, I was diverted at somewhere. Okay, so like basically more educated but they don't really have that much skills. Okay, yeah. By the way, I just kind of like lost the question. What is actually question? The question was that what is actually the one skill that you want to learn to improve this year? Okay, like basically you have to talk about the skills now. Like why are you talking about that, like this skills and that skill? I don't know. I just kind of like letting out the information that I have regarding about the skills and how it is really important in this year, in this world. Okay, yeah. And I'm talking about the 2024 and the next further future. It will be even more complicated because of that. Ki, like basically early, that means like if you ask this question 2 year ago, we are actually competing with the humans. Okay, other humans, like basically this human is that this person is actually doing something good, this person is actually doing something good. But at this moment in 2024 we have artificial intelligence, AI. Okay, and AI is kind of like a something revolutionary. Like within a 2 year we kind of like it's a lot of thing happen. Okay, is it good, is it bad? Like basically it's bad for the people who don't really get upgrade their skills. Okay, and it is good for the people who kind of like things that key like they should supposed to be upgrade their skills. Okay, yeah. And this is what kind of like a something really things happen. Okay, yeah. What exactly things happen? Okay, I'm gonna tell you the ground reality of the Indian society and how is actually affecting the skills and stuff like that. All right, yeah. um so I am belong to the India. Okay, I am living at very local city, of very random local city. By the way, I won't be able to tell my city name because it's my privacy violation. It's a kind of like a some sort of things that key, like as a kind of like a person who go with the flow means like that key, like complete the education till the age of 23, like getting a job till the age of 25, you getting married. Yeah, these are kind of like a something like the flow or kind of like a rules that we have, that we created for the better society. Is it good? Yeah, it's a good. Okay, yeah. It's a kind of like a upgrading skills is person to person level. Okay, yeah, if you want to growth in your life, it's kind of like a something that you have to learn some sort of thing. All right. um so in the Indian society, like basically I'm talking about the community here. Okay, yeah. After you after you cross 30 and after you achieve everything, like you have a job, you are married, you have two kids, then probably you are not kind of like a upgrading your skills or kind of like a learn new skills. No, it's not. Like I seen so many people, like one of my friend who is actually very talented, like in the education. He knows he's very talented, not only on the education, but he's kind of like a really good at like communicating with the people. And it's like I don't know, it's really good. Like when he was kind of like in the job, like really incredible. But is that key at this moment he's 31, he's married, he has two kids, he has a wife, he's actually doing a job in a bank. It's kind of like a something that from kind of like a third point of perspective, his life is really good. Yeah, but it's like that na ki when I talk to this guy, it's like he was completely like stuck at college life. Like basically his skills are I don't know, like very less, very less. Like I don't know, like somehow now, let me tell you one thing. Okay, how, like basically, do I judge that particular person regarding about the skills, like what kind of like talent that he have? No, it's kind of like a something that ki, how do you talk to the people? Like example is that ki, when you talk to the people, to the like if you talk to the richest person in the world, he talks like a very like a very kind of like a something very gratitude. Every word that he puts like a has you feels like that ki, he put a lot of experience into that particular words and stuff like that. The way that he person talking. Okay, yeah, and basically this is what kind of like a something is this feel that ki, like some people actually talking very kind of like a something very educational way or very skillful way. Like basically most of people don't really judge according to that ki, how much percentage that you have or that you get in the college. It's like that ki, like how do you talk to the people? Like basically within a kind of like a 2 minute of communication, people could understand that ki, are you good, or are you kind of like a something like that ki, a skillful person, or kind of like a the person who kind of like a thing that ki, I would admire. It's kind of like a something absent in after you get everything. Like basically is the thing, like after you get a job, getting a like get a wife, and like you have two kids, you have responsibility. So you don't really do any kind of like a something rational steps, or kind of like a something that risky steps to jeopardize your future. Because of that ki, your job is kind of like a something that ki, fulfilling that particular the for particular that particular thing like in your life. If you don't really skill up or upgrade yourself, then probably it really required effort, it really required kind of like a step out that comfort zone or do your thing. It really required kind of like a resistance and really required a lot of things. So most of the people, after they get a job, they didn't really upgrade themselves. Yeah, basically during the job, whatever the job or whatever the company required to upgrade themselves, yeah, they do that. Like basically is this thing, if the guy who's actually working on the IT company, then probably he knows about coding, and basically his skills will be upgraded in the coding. Because of that he has a kind of like a something experience, and experience will add up to him. But other than coding, he was kind of like a something not okay, like he was not kind of like a something really like a focus on the physical health or running, or kind of like a something that key, like editing new skills or editing like editing video. It kind, I don't know, like there are multiple skills by the way. Okay, and I'm just talking about the IT guy who always get kind of like influenced by the skills. Okay, but I'm talking about the government guy, like the person who is actually at the bank, or the person who is actually at the government department. Then probably that person didn't really get influenced that much. Like basically his environment is kind of like a filled with the people who is actually very less unskillful person, and because of that his environment is not really that much unskillful person. Then probably these guys also became that particular kind of people too. Okay, yeah, like you are the average of your average of your surrounding. Yeah, like this is kind of like a something is this thing, it's a true by the way. Okay, yeah. So I don't know, so it's really important to be to upgrade your skills, and really essential for you to upgrade your skills. Dude, yeah, the question is that ki, what is exactly the skill that you want to upgrade? Like what is exactly the like you are completely out of the question. The question was that ki, what is exactly the one skill that you want to learn in this year? Like basically this question is actually tell to you that what is exactly skills that you are actually working, or what is exactly this thing. Like why do you talk about the skills and stuff like that? Like are you kind of like a something like political leader regarding about talk and talk stuff like that? I don't know, dude. It's just like that key, like I created this artifact so that I could say this thing. Like basically just like that I am like a like basically I'm just kind of like a something like I don't know. I have kind of like a some sort of thing that I wanted to say, and I just say it. Okay. And by the way, who is actually listening this thing? Okay, I'm listening this artifact, and probably who would kind of like a listening this thing. By the way, I'm actually uploading this thing on the YouTube platform, but still, if you are kind of like a listening this thing at this moment, you are a very very special person, because your attention span is really good. You are actually listening this thing like a very quiet phone, and very I don't know, like you are like if you are listening this thing, then probably is this thing that key you are really good person, not only the good person, but you have kind of like a something really capable enough to get even more better in your life. Okay, yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, because most of people are kind of like just skip this thing, and yeah, it's kind of like something very easy. But I'm gonna thanks to you that if you are listening this thing, I am not like a force you to subscribe and stuff like that, because if you want to, it just like you can. If you don't want to, that is also okay. Okay, yeah. Like basically I'm uploading this thing on YouTube platform is not for kind of like earning money and nothing really at all. It has a kind of like a some sort of reason, and you will know, okay, the reason why I created this thing. All right, yeah. Back to the question is that ki, what is exactly the one skill that you want to learn in this year? Okay, to yeah. Okay, so in 2024, I my resolution is that brush my teeth twice in a day. All right, yeah, I'm doing it. All right, which is really good. Then also I kind of like suddenly promised myself that till the end of this year, means 2024, I have to learn Android Studio. I have to learn Kotlin, Java. I have to make apps. Okay, yeah, and I know how to make app. Like basically, I want to know that how app is actually made, about this and that and stuff like that. All right, yeah. So, am I actually doing that particular learning that skills? Yeah, I am learning that skills. Okay, yeah. By the way, yesterday I learned how to integrate Google into our app, so that like when the people click the Google icon, they will log in through Google, and basically it went directly to the homepage of the app. Okay, yeah. So I learned that particular skills yesterday. Okay, today I will learn, not learn, I will try. Okay, by the way, I know I have to like make the kind of like homepage, like basically draw. Okay, like basically drawing means like that, like when you click the kind of like a some sort of icon, then basically draw it games, and then it has setting, it has profile recording and stuff like that. So I'm gonna do this thing today. All right, yeah. So yeah, this is kind of like something like promise that I'm doing it. Okay, what is actually the other skills that you are doing besides kind of like a something like coding? um like artifact, yeah. Like basically this is the thing that you are listening, it's called kind of like a something like artifact. Okay, yeah. And I decided that I want to make my artifact as good as possible as it can. I kind of like a something like that like good as possible. Like basically this thing, I am recording this artifact for almost like a 7 8 9 year. Like I'm doing this thing since 2015. Okay, yeah, every day, by the way. Okay, yeah. But the quality of the artifact that I'm recording at this moment, like the things that I'm talking right now, is kind of like a something very good. Okay, as compared to the last year, as compared to the previous year, like it's good. And I don't know like how it happened, but it just I just like think and I thought, and yeah. So photography, yeah, photography is also kind of like a skills. Okay, I always have kind of like a photography skills, but still at this moment, I kind of like work on myself to make my photography as good as possible as it can. So I'm taking photos every day, uploading photos on Instagram and YouTube platform. Okay, yeah. So improving this thing. Okay, yeah. And then and basically is this thing, there is also another skills that I'm learning, and that is learning is a hustle. Okay, yeah. Like I'm actually hustling. Okay, I'm hustling. What's hustling means like that key, like trying to achieve some sort of thing in my life. Okay, and when you achieve some sort of thing, you always get kind of like a backlash or resistance and a lot of things. I learn how to handle that particular thing. Okay, yeah, because this is my phase is kind of like a simply one of the worst phase of my life, because like things that I do is kind of like a something like against to the society, against to the everything. All right. And during this process, I am actually hurting one of my closest person in my life is my parents. But like it kind of like a something bothered me, it kind of like a something that like basically just get a job and stuff like that. But I am controlling myself to not to do this thing, focusing the things that I wanted to do, and I have to do it this thing. So I'm doing it that for the better future, because if I do a job, then it's kind of like a something like temporary solution, it is not been a permanent solution. Permanent solution is that I just have to stick with the plan that I created, and just like kind of like a wait for the opportunity when it comes. All right, yeah. So yes, and yeah, it's a lot of things, by the way. Okay, yeah. And all right, yeah. So these are the skills that I am kind of like a something want to improve this year. All right, yeah. So this is it, this then, and I should supposed to be end here. And thank you.